Up to 1 million people from Hong Kong with BNO passports will be coming to the UK to seek out a better life now that China has taken over more and more in Hong Kong. These British nationals overseas are granted a straight path to UK citizenship in just 5 years, all of which they can spend in the UK. In this video, I will show you how many Hong Kongers will realistically take up the offer and actually move to the UK, and the consequences of this many BNO passport holders moving to the UK all at once. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Soren. Stick around for the whole video. I've got a lot of interesting details for you on this issue. All right, so before we get into the numbers, I just want to say that if you're from Hong Kong moving into the UK, now is actually the best time to do so, because the UK government has said that this is the most safe and clear path to UK citizenship that you could possibly have hoped for. And if you're from the UK thinking this is a lot of people at the same time, I just want you to know that the UK government is also saying that most people from Hong Kong coming to the UK will have to be able to financially support themselves for the first 5 years until they become full-blown UK citizens. The UK government is expecting anywhere between 300,000 people from Hong Kong up to a full 1 million people coming in at the same time. So before we get into the consequences of what this means, of all of these people coming in at the same time, let's take a look at the actual numbers from this BBC article. It goes into the issue right here. How many people are expected to come? The British government estimates 5.4 million Hong Kong residents are eligible for the scheme. That's about 72% of its 7.5 million population. These include 2.9 million BNOs, British nationals overseas, 2.3 million dependents of BNOs. That could be kids, it could be family relatives that are depending on these BNO passport holders. 187,000 18 to 23-year-olds with at least one BNO parent. So it's difficult to say how many eligible people will actually come to the UK. A government report published last year put the number of people expected to take up the offer at about 300,000 in the first 5 years. So since that number came out, the 300,000 people, China has been taking over more and more control in Hong Kong, and that's made more people want to leave and seek out the freedoms that the UK can offer now in comparison to Hong Kong. There's a big spike in people requesting to leave Hong Kong and coming to the UK, and there's a huge spike in BNO passport renewals as well, meaning that the 300,000 number is outdated. I think depending on how the Chinese government is reacting to all of this, I think the number could be all the way up to 1 million. At least that's what I'm reading in different reports. It really all depends on how the Chinese government reacts, because right now they're threatening to take away the legitimacy of the BNO passports. Practically, this doesn't really mean a lot, but it does show you that the Chinese government is looking to invalidate these BNO passports. If they are successful in doing that, obviously that's going to create a lot of fear, but practically, since you don't need the BNO passport to actually leave from Hong Kong to mainland China, but you only need it if you enter the UK, practically, I don't think it means a lot. This is what the article says about it. Its government announced, the Chinese government, that from the end of January, it would no longer recognize BNO passports as valid travel or identity documents, adding that it would reserve the right to take further measures. And that's the part that's got people a little worried, which is why we're seeing another wave of people wanting to leave as well. It's not clear what impact this will have, as Hong Kong residents can use other documents to enter mainland China and wouldn't normally need a BNO passport. The only time they might use a BNO passport is upon arrival in the UK or another country that recognize the document. So really, this doesn't affect that many people, but it does create concerns that the CCP government would take further action to limit you in the future if you're trying to leave Hong Kong for the UK. In terms of the consequences, both for the British people and for people moving to the UK right now from Hong Kong to create a new life, there are quite a few consequences right now that are very relevant. Boris Johnson initially said that for you to have a path to UK citizenship, if you are a BNO passport holder, you would have to financially support yourself for the first 5 years, and then after you would be able to have all of the rights as a normal UK citizen would as well. Some of these concerns are addressed in this article, and I think it's very important, so take a look at this. While many Hong Kongers are concerned about the loss of political freedom at home, some are also concerned about what they will find abroad in the UK, from COVID-19 lockdowns to damp and dark winters. Speaking to the SCMP, two families planning to immigrate expressed concern about how to find a job in the UK's COVID-hit economy and were debating whether or not one parent should stay behind in Hong Kong to keep working. One anonymous father told the newspaper he had already sold his flat and would work for Uber if needed to support his family on their arrival to the UK, the newspaper said. "I won't stay behind by myself," he told the newspaper. "It's very important that all of us are together. Obviously, when you're doing this big of a move, you're gonna want to be together, right?" Another Hong Konger who had already relocated to the UK on a separate scheme told the newspaper how his job offer at a restaurant fizzled out in the autumn when the country went into lockdown. Other concerns include the prospect of crime, in contrast to Hong Kong's safe streets and Britain's weather. Well, I think out of all of these concerns, Britain's weather might be the least one of them. But obviously, you're used to a different climate when you're coming from Hong Kong. Now, if you're a UK citizen, I can understand that you're looking at this thinking our unemployment numbers are rising, and now we're thinking about taking in hundreds of thousands of people coming into our country. And that's a worrying sign, right? But I do think this is different than taking in a lot of people from a really poor country, because Hong Kongers are actually very rich, even compared to European standards on average. And a lot of them are looking to buy up real estate as they move in. Take a look at this. This migration, however, of BNO holders will be substantially different given Hong Kong's high tertiary, I'm Danish, I'm probably mispronouncing that, education rate and considerable wealth. One Bank of America report has predicted that an exodus of Hong Kongers to the UK could lead to a $36 billion outflow. So financially, there aren't only downsides to taking in people, especially when these people are coming from a really rich country. No matter where the actual number is going to land, between 300,000 and 1 million people, a lot of Hong Kongers will be leaving their country to escape the control that China is gaining over their lives. It can be easy to leave your country and your home, and in many cases your family, behind, but I do think that you're going to be happy with trying to start a new life in the UK. It's a great place to restart. People from Hong Kong, in my experience, are very hardworking people with a good level of English as well. So even though in general I'm not for more immigration into Europe, I think this is the best kind of immigration that you can end up having. Let me know what you think if you're from the UK and you're about to receive all of these people, or if you're from Hong Kong and you're about to move into the UK. I would love your opinion in the comment section, your thoughts on the whole process and how this is going to be. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.